Hello, little friends. Let's enjoy a fun and kind story together. High above the clouds, where the sky is a brilliant, endless blue, floated a most peculiar island. It wasn't made of rock and soil like the islands below, but of swirling mist and shimmering light. At its very heart stood a magnificent clock, its face as vast as a field, with gears that hummed a gentle, rhythmic tune. This was the island of Time, a place few had ever seen. One day, two curious twins, Leo and Luna, stumbled upon this wondrous place. Their eyes grew wide with amazement. A floating island, and a giant clock. They'd never imagined such a thing. With joyful shouts, they raced towards the colossal timepiece. All around its base were levers of polished brass and sparkling crystal. Without a second thought, Leo grabbed a big, golden lever and pulled. Instantly, the bright sun plunged below the horizon, and the sky turned a deep indigo. Stars blinked into existence like scattered diamonds. Wow! Luna gasped, her face illuminated by the sudden moonlight. Not to be outdone, she pushed a crystal lever. Whoosh! The moon vanished, and the sun leaped back into the sky, painting everything in warm morning colors. Glad, delighted with their new game. Back and forth they ran, pulling and pushing the levers. Day turned to night. Night to day. Faster and faster, the sun and moon became a blurry streak across the sky. Stars popped in and out like cosmic popcorn. The world below, though they couldn't see it, would have been very confused. A rooster would crow, then immediately try to go back to sleep. Flowers would bloom and close in the blink of an eye. It was delightful chaos. But then, a figure emerged from behind the great clock. He was tall and serene, with a long, flowing robe that seemed woven from twilight itself. His eyes held the gentle wisdom of ages. This was the Timekeeper, the guardian of the island. He didn't scold the twins. Instead, he raised a hand, his movements slow and graceful, like a river flowing calmly to the sea. He gently placed his hand over one of the levers Leo was about to yank. The frantic ticking of the giant clock began to slow. The wild spinning of the heavens eased. The Timekeeper moved with a quiet, deliberate pause, adjusting a gear here, polishing a dial there. His calm was infectious. Leo and Luna stopped their running and watched. Mesmerized, they began to imitate his slow, flowing movements, their little hands tracing patterns in the air. The Timekeeper smiled warmly and beckoned them closer. He pointed to a small, intricate wheel near the bottom of the clock. As he guided their hands, they learned to turn it not with a frantic push, but with a steady, gentle pressure. As they did, a wonderful transformation began. The rapid flashes of day and night ceased. Instead, a soft blanket of snow began to fall, dusting the island in white. The twins shivered with delight. Then, as they continued their slow, careful adjustments, the snow melted away. Tiny green shoots pushed through the ground, blossoming into a riot of colorful flowers that filled the air with a sweet perfume. Spring had arrived. They continued their work with the Timekeeper. The lush green of summer slowly faded into the warm, rustic colors of autumn. Golden and crimson leaves drifted down from invisible trees, swirling around their feet in a gentle dance. The twins learned that time wasn't a toy to be played with carelessly, but a beautiful rhythm to be respected and cherished. Each season had its own magic, its own pace. Under the Timekeeper's patient guidance, they helped him fine-tune the great clock. They polished the giant hands until they gleamed and oiled the gears that turned the seasons. Wits hitched past the island seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. The frantic energy was replaced by a peaceful, harmonious glow that emanated from the clock and spread across the entire floating isle. Everything was in perfect balance. Their work complete, the twins sat with the Timekeeper at the edge of the island, their legs dangling in the soft clouds. They didn't speak. They simply watched as the sun made its slow, majestic journey across the sky, melting into a breathtaking sunset of orange, pink, and purple. As the first star of evening appeared, a single, brilliant point of light, they felt a deep sense of peace. They had learned a valuable lesson on the island of Time. That the true beauty of the world is found not in rushing, but in savoring each and every moment.